you one of the many, many, many people who finds it hard to ask for what you want or even what you need? I have a story about this that I will never stop telling because I really hope that it helps people get past this fear of asking. And certainly there are different kinds of asking. Pardon my crickets. But it just shows that there is power in asking, and that asking a question, even when it scares you, can change your life. Several years ago, when I was at the Doctor Who convention I was just at, I had an opportunity to ask actor Paul McGann to be on my podcast. And I realized in that moment that I had two choices: not ask because I was afraid and kick myself for it for the rest of my life, or go up and ask and risk him saying no and walk away with nothing that I did not already have before. That's the important part. When you ask for something, the worst that can happen is nothing. No isn't necessarily a death blow, right? We tend to think that it is, but it isn't. And taking the chance, being willing to risk hearing that no, can open doors for you that you never would have opened any other way. He said yes. We spent 2.5 hours on Zoom about 6 months later recording a podcast that you can go listen to. I released it in 2020. And ever since then, I have had no problem going up to people I find interesting, regardless of status, power, fame, and asking, because the worst thing that can happen is that they'll say no, but at least I know I tried. So I would love for you to think about where you're not asking for something because you're sure that you already know the outcome, and where you are assuming that no will just be so absolutely devastating that you can't go on with your life, and reframe that, because odds are very good that it will not be devastating to your actual life. It will suck in the moment, but you will have the satisfaction of knowing that you tried, rather than wondering for the rest of your life what would have happened if you had. I personally think that wondering for the rest of my life is worse than hearing no. So think about that. See where you might be able to apply that in your life, because you never know what will change because of it. Certainly, I did not expect to start asking people and getting yeses, quite a few. So see what it might do for you. I'm Nancy. I help women reconnect with their lost creative spark so they can get unstuck and gain more energy in the process. So if you like the sound of that, I hope that you'll hit the like button and follow along.